Hey, what's going on, guys? Donkey here, and welcome back to the Town of Light. So, I did a little reading, and I noticed that in this area here, we're back in the, I believe it's the surgery, the doctor's office. And on the last episode, we kind of ended around this area. We actually finished doing the questionnaire, and one of the questions I had was, does the selection of questions actually affect the gameplay? And the answer to that question is yes. So, we're going to, because when I restarted it, when I stopped it, sometimes it doesn't always save it exactly where you stop the game. So what it did is it basically reloaded the last chapter, which was chapter 5, and it kind of put us back at this point to where we can do this again. So there are two parts to this. You can go back and play the chapters, which is really cool. You can go back and load the chapter up and actually play back through and select different questions. And you have predicated on your answers to this questionnaire gives you either chapter 6A or chapter 6B. So I think for all intents and purposes, what I'm going to do is just do it like I would as if we would do like 6A. And then I also did some reading, and in chapter 12, we're going to come across another situation. So similar to this and predicated on the way that you answer. There are like 12A, 12B, and 12C, 12D. So there are several different chapters that you can unlock, which is why they make it available for you to go back and play. So we'll probably do like 12A, 6A, and then after we complete the game, I may do a separate video and then go back and do those select chapters that give us the different options. So how does that affect the ending? I really don't know. Anyway, hopefully you guys have enjoyed the game so far. It's kind of interesting with Renee's story, the mental illness aspect of it, and what she went through while she was in the asylum. So if you did like it and you like the game itself, go ahead and leave a like for me. If you didn't like it, just hit that thumbs down. Feel free to leave some comments, and as always, feel free to subscribe. So with that said, let's check it out. So with this, like I said, we're going to go with unlocking chapter 6A or 5A or whatever the hell it was I said it was. So in order to do that, the way, and I don't remember what I got before, if it was alone or if it was together, because I think that as you answer the questions, it'll put a big fat red X on one or the other predicated on your answer to kind of give you an idea if you're selecting if you're alone or not. So anyway, I probably got together on the last one, so we're gonna do 6A would be alone. So let's see here. So that would be this. And this. I really hate doing that. God, because there was so much information on my last video when we selected the other ones. But we'll go ahead and do it. Let's see what happens.
We have to look for Amara. We must hurry. We have to follow the memories and make sure they don't fade.
Oh, wow. So yeah, it didn't even, I'm gonna pause it so I can talk. So yeah, I didn't even go through the progression. The last time I did this, we actually were able to hear more about the history. So if you haven't caught that and you're watching this video, go back to the last one, the end of the video, and it should give you an idea of the in-depth detail the doctor wrote down on everything that she observed while Renee was there. So,
The grounds at the back of the hospital, and then down to the kitchens.
so that's where we need to go, obviously. So I like this now. We have this feature to where it actually pops up and tells you what you need to do. So that's really, really cool. Let me see if there's anything else here. Medical records, and memories. And then on my last video, I said there were some extra areas here that I wanted to let play through that were not there before. So
My name is Renée. They told me that I have to write this diary, but I don't feel like it. It's not true that I feel better when I write. Actually, it's worse. I was a shy girl, and I just wanted to be like the others. But that's not what happened. No. I did things that, when I think about them now, eventually brought me here. Everything started with that damned light. It happened for the first time when I was still a little girl. I was 6 or 7. I was walking outside school when suddenly the noise started to melt into an indistinct rumble. The light increased out of all proportion and everything lost its meaning. I could no longer recognize anything. Objects, people, words, not even myself. I felt fear as a physical sensation. It prevented me from moving, from swallowing, from breathing. After God knows how long, everything went back to normal. But a new fear replaced the old one. Different but terrible. Of the light coming back. And it did come back.
So what does it say down at the bottom? Oh, and it did come back. Okay. Sometimes when I pick up certain things, she reads all of it, and sometimes she doesn't. So I want to make sure. I think there were only 3 that we picked up last time that we needed to look at, but we'll go ahead and check this one out as well. That was the doll, I believe.
My memory of those years is hazy. Between the age of about 7 and 10, my memories are disconnected, and I couldn't say how many times and how frequently the light used to come. My mother gave me a doll around.
Yeah, I remember that because that's when we picked up the doll, Charlotte. So, okay. So now basically we have to go to the back of the hospital and down to the kitchens. So we need to go down. What's interesting so far is I haven't really had anything jump out. I haven't seen any ghost or anything like that. I wonder if the back of the hospital is going to be through. Oh, that door's open now. I guess this would be the right way.
This is the road we used to take. If it weren't for her, in the grounds on that bench in spring, so many days. It was an escape, watching nature around us as she talked and smiled. And then there were the kitchens. Sometimes we stole food and ran back to the bench to eat it in secret, and we laughed. She did things to me. Sometimes she touched me. In the shower, I felt her body against mine for the first time. It was a shiver that warmed my soul. Eyes closed, the light slipped away. Let's look for Amara in the kitchens in the basement of the building. She wasn't behind the greenhouse. He wouldn't let her in.
Whoa.
That's it. She must be the key to my memories, to the reasons why.
Yeah, a lot of little memories there. Okay, so we got the alone trophy, so we did that right. So obviously, on the last episode, I guess the way I was going was together with the line of questioning. So interesting. So we learned a little bit more about her staying here. So obviously, she had a lover inside the asylum. I hear a woodpecker or something. So that was that memory. Or somebody knocking. That was the medical record. I don't know exactly which way to go, so we're just going to walk around and see what we can find. Looks like construction of some kind. And I think I would like to platinum this game, so I probably will go back and do. Holy shit, this looks dangerous. Am I supposed to be going this way? Go back and do the other
The scent of spring. The land of light was far away, and we spent the days chatting on the stone benches.
Do the other chapters for the extra either endings or chapters that we haven't experienced. So this is interesting. I don't know. This is really strange. Sometimes when I go off on these little areas, I wonder if I'm going to miss something else along the way. It looks like there's a path over there that we could take. Not really seeing anything in this area. So before I go that way, I do want to go back this way and take a look around as well. And again,
nature helped me to forget, to escape from the system.
This game is all about experience. So I guess we can sit down and look. Nice little area that they have here. Oh, hold on a second. Oh, and the kitchen's in the basement of the building behind the greenhouse. Yeah, but I don't want to do that just yet. So the park, see, obviously as you do things and walk around, you pick up the experience, her experience. So basically this is a little park area. Turn my light off that they have. I guess they could walk around. Kind of makes me wonder because that other area that they had inside the building seemed like it would be for the patients in the asylum so they wouldn't escape, because this doesn't look like it. Well, I was going to say it doesn't look like it's very well contained, but chain link fence with barbed wire, but I'd still think you'd be able to get out of that. However, we are talking about a bunch of crazy people too, so I don't know. Okay, so it looks like we were headed in the right direction, but I definitely wanted to double check just to make sure. So if you guys have played Gone to the Rapture, it's going to walk very similar to that. But of course, I think this game is a lot better than Everybody's Gone to the Rapture. That game just, I mean, it plays very similar, but this seems to be more intriguing. And the simple fact that it's based on true stories, real events, makes it even much better. I mean, graphically, Everybody's Gone to the Rapture looked better than this, but sometimes it's not all about the graphics. Whoa. See, I like that. I think that's really cool to be able to just walk around and have little things pop up like visions, memories. What's this? Oh, it's another memory. So which one? This one? Possibly? No, that's the doll. No, it's going to be down here. Oops. Here we go.
He told me about Bruna's father and brother, but I was already very ill. The light had returned, and that thing made me suffer even more. It was my world. and it was crumbling. When I spoke to Bruna about it, she turned her head away and was silent for a long time. Prince Charming doesn't exist, Renée. At least not for us. I was 14 years old. I didn't think it was possible for a boy to look at me and desire me. When he asked me if I wanted to go for a walk, I didn't say anything. I didn't even have the courage to look at him. Things improved for a number of years, then suddenly everything came crashing down. One evening I came home drunk, and the following morning a terrible crisis overcame me all of a sudden. What had I done? I was terrified. I thought I'd lost my sight. The light burned my eyes from inside. The memories of the previous day emerged in bursts, images, flashes, which unleashed something monstrous inside me. Repetition of words was no longer sufficient. Now there was a voice in my head which repeated them louder than I did, and they were words of accusation and blame. So I covered my ears and shouted and hit my head against the wall and threw up.
I don't remember if we actually listened to that dialogue or not. These look new.
I remember the doctor, the wall filthy with blood and vomit. My mother wasn't looking at me. Bruna was crying but trying to hide it. Charlotte was beside me. I never told anyone what had happened. He came to visit me, but I refused to see him. I became agitated. I think he liked me, even though things turned out badly. In that period, I began to suffer from memory loss. The few things I learned didn't please me at all. He told me that I was looking for him. It was all my fault. Bruna told me that sometimes I got drunk. People in the village gossiped about me. Sometimes I was covered in black and blue marks. I didn't realize what was happening to me, what I was doing. I was no longer in control of my life. From my little corner.
And we did see that one. The only thing I wish was maybe they would have done this in a timeline that wasn't so scattered, in chronological order. So basically, as they're going through, we're picking up, bits and pieces of her diary, which is cool. I mean, it's neat, but it does make it kind of hard to follow. And that's some pretty good lighting down there. It looks like there's water. It's pretty cool. They can be kind of hard to follow at times, so maybe we should have waited and actually played the timeline of her diary at one time after we've collected all of the pages, but too late, and we've already done it. What's over here? You just never know what you're going to experience. Can't tell if that's something. It's like broken pottery. All kinds of stuff over here. This little pop-in I saw. It's like the pot was gone and then it showed up. And we're not talking about the pot you smoke. We're talking about pottery. I highly doubt they let them smoke pot in an asylum. There's nothing over here. Okay, we're going the right way. Just got the trophy of the greenhouse. It's probably the entrance that they want us to go to. But before we do that, I want to wander around a little bit. I just wish I had a faster rate of travel. Beam me up, Scotty. So, I doubt we can get in over there. It looks pretty blocked off. Okay. I thought I'd look around just to see. You never know. Keep like wanting to speed up and pressing buttons, going, come on. Let's get our walk on. Let's power walk it. It's prancer size. Alright. Is this a bathhouse? What is this? Oh, the kitchen. This is the kitchen. Look at all these boilers they have and pots. Wow, it's pretty massive. What the fuck?
Come on. Come on, let's look everywhere. She must be here, I'm certain.
Okay, is that a memory or are you telling me what to do? And why is there a leaf sticking through the wall? That's obviously a glitch or a bug. I gotta remind myself, make sure to look up on the walls. You never know what you're gonna find on the walls either. What's going on here? Oh, we can open these. Like, really want to open a damn bot.
Keep looking. We mustn't give up.
Okay, all of them are open. So what happens if we shut all of them? No trophy? Damn.
Where could she be? We've got to talk to her. Everything will be all right. But being here now, I don't like it. Come on, let's look for her, quickly.
Oh, she's getting very pushy. Okay, cutting board. Nothing over here.
We can't stay in here too long. They'll find us.
Who?
When they found us. Come on, hurry. We've got to find her quickly.
She's like freaking out. Whoa.
We've got to get out of here. They'll find us. But not now. Not yet. Amara's not here. Maybe she's in the showers. We can find her there. The water was often cold. When it was cold, we ran away. But when it was hot, then she came to Renée under that cruel white light. I can still feel the shivers her body gave me. Everything must return to how it was. If we recreate that magic, she'll come to us.
Yeah, but the question is, do I want her to come to us? I don't want to go in there. Make our way back there later. That almost looked like a note on the floor. I have a funny feeling we're going to have to head in that direction. This looks like the showers. What's this? Okay, some more memories. Keep hitting the wrong damn button. Renée's diary, where? These. Okay, see what she has to say now.
I no longer considered my body as something disgusting and ill. Far from it. I began to look at myself, to caress myself, and smell my own skin. I began to explore and experiment, finding physical pleasure. My ideas were not very clear, and I never spoke to anyone about these things. Bruna, however, spoke about them. She boasted about her love stories and her young men. To my eyes, she was very lucky, always being wooed.
Okay, what is this? Flying daggers? Bunnies?
By marvelous, generous, and kind boys. Thus, I fantasized about her adventures, pretending that I was the main protagonist. But how could I ever be like her? Occasionally I recall that she had black and blue marks on her body, but I was so naive that I did not understand. I did not put two and two together. It was Don Gino who explained things to me a few years later. He told me about Bruna's father and brother, but I was already very ill. The light had returned, and that thing made me suffer even more. It was my world, and it was crumbling. When I spoke to Bruna about it, she turned her head away and was silent for a long time.
Yeah, we already saw that one, so... Okay, let's... Interesting, so... Our only method of moving forward is obviously through this area. Gosh, it's like dark and dingy and... Really? What's this? Light switch. Looks like a... Okay, hot water heaters. Surprised some stuff didn't go on back here. Seems like an area that would have happened. You'd probably see a lot of stuff going on. Of course, there's no door here either, but... Alright. Just a little corner off over here, a little area like a nook. What's this? What the hell? I'm assuming this is like steps on how to wash your clothes. Anybody home? It's a big ass tumbler. I guess that's because they had to wash a lot of clothes. Interesting, so... Oh. Not seriously gonna let me... Come on. Guess maybe we should follow the instructions on the wall there. There's nothing in there, but let's see. So shut, lock, turn valve, power, and then what the hell is this? Let's see, so we did that. So that, and then this, right? Oh. Just not sure. It's making some noises, that's for sure. You can't touch any of these, you can't do anything with them. Can't Can't lift the handle up, so I guess I don't know what the purpose of that was. Oh, there's light down here. There we go. Makes it a little less spooky, huh?
We have to turn the water on in the showers and switch the boiler on. All the plumbing systems were in the kitchen area.
Okay. Turn the water on in the showers. Okay. Oh, ward
Now
baths.
everything is ready. We can go to the bathrooms.
Okay.
We can
The
go along
laundry.
that narrow corridor in the kitchens. We'll meet her in the showers, yes.
What's this one go to? Kitchens. Just curious what happens. You start jacking with shit. Can't do any of those. So anyway, well, this is a good part to actually in this episode since a new episode's kicked in. So if you guys have enjoyed the video, just hit that like button for me. If you haven't, hit that thumbs down. And as always, feel free to leave comments below. I'll go ahead and talk to you about the game or any other games you might think might be of interest. Until next time, you guys, peace out.